Hey, yo, what's going on YouTube channel? It's Taurus down there again. Go hard, go home. We got Mr. Locario on the screen again today. Miles Cunningham, I call him sidekick. But thing is that a couple of these guys, I critiqued one of their videos, and I guess some of their fans got upset. And they were coming on my page and saying some comments and stuff like that, which I'm gonna be addressing in another video. Be looking out for that one. It's called. It's gonna be called. Let me. I got to wrote it down here. I'm gonna call it addressing negative comments. Okay, so that video is gonna be coming out too. But I did this video here today because some of these guys are telling me that I have some of the same talking points as this person, right? And I only watch his short videos, which that's not the truth. I can only stomach his short videos. I'm gonna try to stomach a long one today. All right. Yeah, I got me a couple of doggone blunts right here. Try to help me through it. And I got me a beer too. All right. So I'm gonna watch this junk and try to critique it through that, and then I'm gonna show you guys because I already know these type of people. I've heard them since I was a kid. I'm about 4 or 5 years older than these guys, I think too. I've heard this type of junk since I was a kid. So now I'm gonna see what they're gonna be saying today. This video is like 2 hours long, man. I don't think I'm gonna make it through 2 hours, but I'm going to attempt to make at least 1 hour. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna get it started. Let's see what these guys got to say. This video they're talking about the business of saving hoes. I guess they're talking about Kevin Samuels, DJ Envy, Dr. Umar Johnson. I don't know exactly what they're gonna be saying about these guys. He shouldn't be probably be talking too bad about Kevin Samuels anyway because he's went and sat on the show with that guy. Which, okay, that's some bitch made shit that happens, but we're gonna see. So I'm gonna get this joker started, and let's see what's going on with the day.
Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? What's popping? What's good? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy, the dating game. What's good? Miles is in the building. What's going on, Miles? Is popping?
I'm chilling, bro, man. How you feel, man?
I'm good, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to S. Puko, Tim Reed. Shout out to Unique 79 in the building. April MC in the building. What's going on, girl? Wallaby in the building. What up, AT, Iceberg S, Elroy Jetson in the building. So as people are coming in, you feel what I'm saying? I gotta play the greatest trailer of all time before we get into the game, all right? So check this out.
Everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See, having weak game is synonymous with having no game. But you have game, you have a strategy to get what you want, but your strategy might be weak.
I always tell these guys.
Okay, now, here's the deal. That's my first disagreement with this guy. Okay? The game shit. There's no weak and no strong game. They're not at all. You either got a strategy or you don't. That's what that is. You listen to people like this all the time. They're telling you about this and that. And there's no magical key, no magical nothing. No, I just abracadabra this. Okay, it's very basic. If you talk to enough women, you're gonna find one that either likes you or will deal with you. There's no weak and no strong. You're either gonna do it or you're not. That's really what that is. But let's go on.
Guys, snap your fingers. And I'll tell them, snap your fingers like, you hear that sound? I'm like, what is that sound? Bitch, that's a 17-year-old that just turned 18. That's a 19-year-old that just turned 21. They are just, they're everywhere.
Now, I want to show you this. The guys that he going to have talking, because I could already start to see certain things. See this guy's talking about 18, 19-year-old chicks? First off, that guy that was just talking was way too old to be talking about a doggone 18, 19-year-old chick. He was way too old for that. But that's what you're going to get when you're only going to get young women. Young women are dumbasses using this type of stuff. But let's keep going. Already.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch?
Let me move this out of the way.
All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds so it can tell me.
This dude right here is just way too old to even be talking this kind of way. He don't look like Pimpin' Ken to nobody to me. But I'm telling you, see, this is what you're gonna get. I'm already noticing. I'm already starting to notice some of the stuff that I'm talking about, and I haven't even watched these guys' videos. But if this is the type of people he's around, I already know what's up with it. So you know what I'm saying? This dude too old to be talking this type of way. Just way too old. He too old to be dressing like that. But that's on him. But that's fine. Let's just keep going. I can see now this ain't gonna take long.
Me how the fuck to get at you.
Your feelings are not facts. Because you feel like whatever you feel like, you can't get me to believe that there's more than two genders. You understand what I'm saying? And truthfully, I'm not sorry. Because I can't really make facts out of your fucking feelings. Matter of fact, fuck your feelings. There's only two genders. Only two genders. You trying to tell me that genders are neutral and niggas is trying to come up with 92 fucking genders, bro.
Is this narrative?
Hey, now I'm gonna give it the sidekick right there. He told the truth on that one. Can't argue with that. I totally agree with that point.
Now that it's okay for a man to cry, and it's really pushing this sensitivity, express yourself, express your feelings. One thing I've always respected about my father growing up, I never seen my dad cry. Me and him would get into arguments, we would go at it, we would fight. I would say the harshest things to him I could to hurt his feelings, but I never broke him.
Shoot, just the right pair of shoes get your dick sucked. Just the right pair of shoes. Women don't. Seriously, you could look like Boris Cujo. You'd be 6'8", you know, have a print down to your knee. They look at those shoes, they bust. They just like, oh no, not him. Nah, boo boo.
Okay. You see, this is the type of shit that you're going to be dealing with when you're doing the game jump, because you'll be talking to certain types of women. And he's right. You will have to be dressed a certain type of way in front of them. You have to look at them because they can't see anything past what the hell you got going on right there. They can't. So, that guy was right to a degree. But when you're only doing game, that's what you're going to have to expect to run into. Just letting y'all know that one.
The bitches shine because of the nigga. Period. Like, and when it's functioning correctly, that's the way it is. So, on that note,
and I'm gonna go ahead and say this right here. You look at these guys' clothes. I'm telling y'all right now, as old as these guys are, every dude. I'm 44 right now. I'm telling you right now, when the dude is this old and dresses like this, they ain't getting no damn woman that's worth her married. Not at all. You look like a freaking kid. They look like they still want to be teenagers, and they're not anymore. But we're gonna keep going. This is why I can't stomach the jump, because it's like a bunch of big ass kids steadily talking about stuff that we already figured out in high school only works so far. Maybe some of you younger guys is fooling you. But that's why I'm about the video right now, so I can show you that, no. What you thinking, I'm just trying to be talking smack about somebody? No. This is real facts. You 40 years old and you still dressing like this, you know what I'm saying? Big old shades and shit. No. You don't be fucking with ghetto chicks pretty much.
dick is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
Yeah, that's kind of some of the stuff I was thinking I was gonna hit. Now, do I think that dick is a gift? Yeah, I think so. When I'm giving my dick to a thing, I think it's a gift. But the whole deal is women don't see this thing the same way that some of these guys do, especially not the higher the higher up level women. So I mean, like, you're gonna have to deal with. I'm gonna see how they deal with it. But anyway, I'm gonna see what these guys talking about. But it's because it's already starting. So let's just go.
You got to play your way from start to the end. That's having game. Because if you do that, what you expect is what's going to happen. See, don't know accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game.
Shit. You know what? The only reason that shit works is because 9 times out of 10, the person that because I know a lot of guys that use a lot of game, but they can only get a hold of certain types of women. It's because the women are pretty much ignorant in the first place. You can't do nothing with that for real. It really shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be your first goal, a woman to get. Those should be jump offs and side chicks. You know what I'm saying? I don't say I disagree with getting this kind of woman or whatnot. I'm just saying, like, if that's all you can do, that's a problem.
All right, we are back. We are back in this motherfucker. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And also the call-in number is open. 516-387-1224 is the number. You feel what I'm saying? Donation rules apply. Just hit that donate button at the top of the chat. You feel what I'm saying? And call in, get your questions answered, and then we will get that cracking. You feel me? Man.
Shout out K-Zag20 in the chat.
That's what's up. Shout out to Steve the Dean in the chat. Shout out to Joe Blast. Shout out to everybody, man.
Joe Blast. What up?
Man, listen, we had to
79, Gregory Hardaway.
Right. So we had to do this video, man. Listen, first before we start, okay, I gotta say this because, you know, people on YouTube are very interesting, because whenever you critique something or say something about, you know, a topic, they think you're dissing somebody, they think you're coming at somebody and all this other stuff. And this is not what we're going to do today.
I totally agree with this man on this point right here. This is one of the reasons why I'm making this video, because they think that I'm dissing this man or I'm coming at him, and I'm not. It's just basic, like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's a difference of opinion. That's it. So I'm not coming at anybody, but I agree with him on that point right there. Now let's watch the rest of his points and see what else I agree with or don't.
Today we're gonna break down some of this game. This is why you're here, because we break down game. You understand? So, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to use the example of what's going on with Kevin Samuels, the whole thing that happened with DJ Envy and Umar Johnson, to illustrate what's really going on down here, like what's going down out here in these streets, right? And so what's happening now is that you know, Kevin Samuels, he's blowing up. You know, a lot of people are watching his stuff, and it's gotten to the point where certain outlets that's even you would consider in the mainstream is, you know what I'm saying, like talking about the situations and stuff like that, right? Now, what you have to understand is, and I titled this show, "The Business of Saving Hoes." You feel what I'm saying? And what it is that you have to understand that everyone involved in this situation, right, is in the business of saving hoes, right? So what do I mean by being in the business of saving hoes? That means that the money that they're getting is directly tied to them interacting with women, trying to, you know, quote unquote, help women, coach them, tell them what the real deal is, tell them what, you know, what they want to hear, however way you want to do it. Derek Jackson is also in this sort of category too, right? But they're all in the business of saving hoes. So either you're trying to save hoes by giving them like some raw type of information, like someone like Kevin Samuels might do, or you're in the business of saving hoes by, you know, basically pandering to them, like you know, Derek Jackson, Umar Johnson, or even you know, DJ Envy seems like he's trying to, right? So you have to understand that it's all the same thing, just two different sides of the spectrum. You see what I mean? And so what happens is that when you're
I don't know why he thought that Kevin Samuels was trying to save hoes. I didn't hear him talk to them in any kind of way that they liked. They didn't never like none of the information that he was giving them. And most of them were only receptive to certain things. Now, I understand what he's saying about, I don't know too much about what DJ Envy was saying or what's going on, but Umar Johnson, yes. Now, this man is correct. That man definitely was pre-parented to women for a long time. I don't even pay attention to that dude because in agreement with this guy right here, that Dr. Umar guy parented so much to women that you cannot, you know, as a man, you shouldn't even want to listen to what he's saying no more. I agree with him on that one. But I don't agree with the Kevin Samuels thing. I don't think Kevin Samuels was in the business of saving hoes. I don't think that he was. Because he definitely had a platform to do it. And no, he never started parenting the women. He never started telling them what they wanted to hear. But he wasn't giving them advice because they wasn't taking that as advice. It was really straight critique. It's really more what it was.
Watching this stuff, and when you're seeing this stuff, right? And if you're attracted to this stuff, you have to understand or think about why you're attracted to this stuff. You see what I mean? And so let's start with I'm gonna break down let's start with the Kevin Samuels thing, just because I'm like seeing nobody talk about this shit like this, but maybe they just don't see what the fuck's really going on. But
are you a panderer or are you a? No, I was saying, are you a panderer or are you a real nigga?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So people are not seeing what's going on here, man. So this is the thing. What you have to understand is that with the whole Kevin Samuels thing and why things are going crazy like it is because Kevin Samuels basically is saying the same thing that most other guys on YouTube have been saying for a long time. Like a lot of the guys that are in the quote unquote manosphere, Kevin Samuels is saying the same type of stuff. Now, what happened is that when Kevin Samuels broke through, or more people started to hear about it, is because what happens is that when you're for a long time bullshitting people, like how Derek was doing, you understand what I'm saying? When you're pandering, when you're saying a bunch of nonsense for a long time, what happens is that people are thirsty for real shit. People are thirsty for the truth, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is that Kevin Samuels comes through, and he has the viral situation that happens. Now, because the viral situation happens, and everybody's talking about Kevin Samuels, everybody puts Kevin Samuels in their YouTube title to get views. Like there's niggas that literally just started YouTube last week doing Kevin Samuels videos to get views. You see what I'm saying? So that's the game. It's like put Kevin Samuels in the title to get views, right? We literally just put Kevin Samuels in the title of this video. Who knows if it's going to get views or not, but I'm just trying to get this point across, right? But most people are doing it just to get the views, right? Which I get it. Dudes is YouTubers, they want to get views, right? But understand that that's the main reason why that's happening. So now, because so many people are doing it, then it's a snowball effect where it's going to get bigger and bigger. Now, the content that Kevin Samuels is putting out and the things that he's saying are things that the mainstream, or what you would consider the mainstream, isn't used to hearing, because the mainstream is used to hearing pandering. Now understand that the mainstream makes a lot of money, right, pandering to women. And so what happens is that if what the type of stuff Kevin Samuels is saying gets popular, that's bad for business for the panderers. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is why there's that conflict. This is why you had DJ Envy in the situation where he was talking about the stuff he was talking about. Now, remember, when we talk about DJ Envy is a known fucking simp. You understand what I'm saying? DJ Envy is, last time I heard, isn't he like scared of his wife or something? Didn't it? The one time he was talking about like his wife said she'll hit him in the face. Or am I saying the right? I don't know. He said some crazy stuff about like something was going on. I should have got the actual shit, the quote. But I remember a while ago, basically DJ Envy has always been on some simpish, sort of soft type of energy when it comes to talking about his woman or just women in general. And Charlemagne is sort of the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? I remember they was talking about some stuff on their show before, pandering as usual.
I won't disagree with him about those two. I will not. That's some real nigga shit. I give him that.
Because again, they're in the mainstream, so they're gonna pander. So what happens is that if you're talking shit that people see as real shit, right? And that gets popular, that could be bad for business for the panderers, for the people who's talking the pandering shit. You see what I'm saying? And so there's always going to be that war between real raw shit and fake pandering shit, right? Now, if we take it a step further, what you have to understand is that all of this stuff is entertainment first and actual substance and content second. Okay? You guys have to understand it. It's entertainment first, then actual substance and content second, right? And what you have to understand is that people get drawn into things that they can relate to or that they see themselves in. Because some of your favorite fraud tent creators, right, are doing certain things that you are gravitating to, and you're gravitating to it because there's something within you that relates to that stuff. So even, for example, a large reason why Kevin Samuels also is very popular with guys in this space is because he's getting on women. And a lot of guys are attracted to watching content from guys getting on women because it makes them feel good about their issues that they have with women.
I can totally agree with this. A lot of guys were watching the Kevin Samuels, and I say it in my videos too. Stop watching the videos to see the women get jumped on. Watch the videos to hear what the women are saying, so you can see the delusion and you can see the other stuff. But I can agree that a lot of guys are watching that show, I think, for the wrong reason.
And so this is why, because Kevin Samuels has been talking about dudes before, right? But nobody was really listening to him when he was trying to say some other shit about guys taking responsibility and all that. So he started getting on the dicks. That's when all the niggas came through and was like, yeah, Kevin, you're the best and all this other stuff, right? Because what's happening is that Kevin is saying things that most guys wish they had the balls to say to women, but they don't. Or it's the things that guys are thinking about women, but they don't say. You see what I mean? So this is where all those eyes are on that. Now, for the women that call into Kevin's show and all this other stuff, most of them don't want help either. They're just there for the likes and the look, because Kevin has a lot of people watching him. So we all know that women love attention. So therefore, because women love attention, oh, what's the best way to get attention? Let me call Kevin Samuels. Right. Let me get my 15 minutes on his platform so that people can look at.
Okay, see, now this is where I think he gets a bit extreme. Okay, the women that was calling Kevin Samuels was not gonna get the kind of attention that women want. Okay, it would be different if Kevin Samuels was on the pandering thing like Derek Jackson. And I think that women will call him for this type of attention, right? But the women that was calling Kevin Samuels was really in hope. If you really go and watch them videos, these women are really in hope that they could move themselves up to this type of man that they wanted. I don't think they was calling this guy for attention. And this is one of the places where I disagree with him at. The women, they were actually trying to figure out how to get to the next level, which we should already all know. But the thing of it is that most of them getting likes and all this stuff, they were regular people that nobody knew about. And there wasn't like when you watch Fresh and Fit, these women are out here shouting out their OnlyFans and all this stuff. That wasn't happening with him. On Kevin Samuels' show, they wasn't doing like, oh, this is my Instagram, go look at it, or this is my business, go do this. No, they wasn't getting no extra nothing. They was talking strictly about this thing. So I disagree with the guy at this point right here. He's looking way too far. He's reading too far into it.
Watch me. I'll go to his Instagram live. I'll probably get some more followers and views, all that other stuff, right? These and the thing you got to understand is that these hoes don't want to be saved. You understand what I'm saying? Most of them don't want to be saved. They just want their time in the spotlight so that people can see them. So you have the guys watching because.
And like I say, I would agree with him when you're talking about Fresh and Fit. If you're talking about Fresh and Fit show, yeah, I agree with him about that. But not on Kevin Samuels' show, because the chicks nobody was giving out Instagrams. Nobody was doing something, you know what I'm saying? All the famous women that was going to do it for likes and shit, or that was going to get more followers and stuff. Nicki Minaj, he talked to her. Shan Booty, he talked to her. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Those type of people, I could, yeah, maybe. But the regular, everyday, average chicks, they wasn't. The OnlyFans chicks on Fresh and Fit, yeah. But no.
They're getting a hard on by watching Kevin, talk to women how he's talking to them. Then the women are on there to get their attention. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm just breaking down why these things are occurring. Now, because all that attention is happening, other people who are, let's say in the mainstream or whatever, they see that, okay, this is something that's bubbling on the internet and people are talking about this. Let's also talk about it to get attention on our shit. But again, when we go back to the DJ Envies and the Umar Johnsons, remember that is in what Kevin is saying is in direct opposition to what they're saying. And so there's always going to be that conflict there. You understand what I'm saying? Based off of what's going on. For example, if you look at us, there's a conflict between the guys like us that say, yo, be a fucking man and go approach women. Then you got niggas talking about waiting for choosing signals, right? That's a conflict there. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that if dudes if you realize that, damn, choosing signals kind of sucks because I'm not really getting a lot of choosing signals and shit is popping up. Maybe I should listen to that approaching shit. And then the people who's championing choosing signals are going to be like, fuck, I don't want you guys to think about the the approaching, because then you're not going to listen to me about choosing signals. You see what I'm saying? There's always this war on ideology. You see what I'm saying? And so this is where all of this shit comes from.
Okay. Now look, here's my personal opinion on this. All right. I don't. There's two sides of the spectrum that he's talking about, but what I think that most guys should be shooting for is the middle. I think you should be able to achieve both of these things. Okay. You should be able to be a man and go and talk to a woman. You should be able to do that. But you should also be able to attract women. And if you can't, it puts you at a disadvantage. Your cold approach is gonna, when you can attract women already, your cold approach is gonna get even better. And that's the type of thing I'll be talking about myself. Now, I don't believe in just straight, you just got a cold approach. Because if you do that, if that's all you can do, that's all you got, you suck. You suck. And that's the thing that he can't say out loud. Because like he's talking about now, you got these two different groups. So, I'm not going to pander to one group. I'm just going to tell the group that if you can only cold approach, if you can't get attraction signals from women, you probably suck. Cold approach is going to work because eventually you're going to find somebody that's going to deal with you. That's eventually. That's just numbers game. If you can't get none of these jokers to look at you and want you first, then that is the issue. That is all I'm saying. And that's going to be the disconnect, because like some people saying that they're asking about a disconnect between guys like this and guys like me. That disconnect is going to be that I'm never going to tell somebody to only focus on cold approach. I'm not saying, and I'm not going to call that just being a man either. I'm just say like this right here. You got to be able to do it. You're going to have to be able to do cold approach. If you want to even make money in life or doing shoot, you got to do cold approach for a lot of stuff. So that's where my opinion starts to differ. My opinion starts to differ when it's like, okay, I don't believe in this, only this, and I don't believe in only this. You should be getting both of them.
So all of them is in the business of saving hoes. Look, you could even say I'm in the business of saving hoes because I still coach women also. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is this, you have to understand that the reason why this stuff is happening is because it's entertainment first and then it's actual content second. Because think about this, ask yourself this question. If let's go off of Kevin Samuel's definition of high value man, right? He said you got to make six figures. How many guys you think that watch Kevin Samuels make six figures? I'll wait. Like seriously, how many dudes watching Kevin Samuels make six figures?
Kevin Samuels says it himself. He says only like majority of men in the United States, black men, make $42,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right. So if his show is to teach women how to attract the high value man who's making six figures, if you're a guy who's not making six figures and you're quote unquote not the high value, what are you watching the show for? entertainment. See what I'm saying? So, and there's nothing wrong with that, but just understand.
Well, actually, see, I don't think they're watching it for entertainment. Like, say, like when I was watching it, because I don't make six figures. See, I'm the exact person he's talking about right now. I watched the Kevin Samuels show, right? I did not watch it for entertainment. I watched that show. I saw what the women were saying. And then I understood what Kevin Samuels was saying. Also, Kevin Samuels I don't think he was trying to save the women. This is what I think was happening. He would have the show and he'd be talking to the women, right? But as a guy, if you're watching it this guy Locario's got a point. If you're watching it from the view of you want to see the woman getting told off, you probably are losing. He's got a point on that one. Not taking that away from him. But I think he's missing a point where you have a group of guys, and it's a very big group. I'm one of these guys that watched this show and was like, oh, these women talking about they want rich niggas. That is pretty much it. They want a rich man. That's it. You can take that from the show too. I never saw him as trying to help the women because he wasn't going to. Which Locario is right about that. The women don't really want the help. They want the money. They just want to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, how do I get this money? Well, he's right about that part. So, like I say, and this is what I'm trying to show you guys, when I'm doing the critiques, it's not about, I just think you're totally wrong. It's just that your view of things is kind of skewed from certain points of view. You know what I'm saying? And you have a very extremist point of view on a lot of this stuff. That's why you're looking at it this way. What about a group of people that didn't see it that way? Okay? Because I'm gonna tell you, when you don't see it that way, that like he's talking about, you see it the other way, the show is actually real educational and it's really more for men. The guys that tune in watching that show was learning a valuable lesson if they were paying attention. That, hey, this is what women want. If you want to be on certain levels of being able to create attraction with women also, then you're gonna have to bypass some of this stuff here too. And that's not nothing new. That's been happening for years. At one point, women liked a bunch of muscle. If you was a guy who went to the gym all the time with muscle, you got a bunch of girls. You had to have a certain pair of shoes to get girls. You had to have that, and every time this has happened, men have adjusted to that, or they didn't get what they want. So I mean, like he's kind of leaving this stuff out, but you have to leave that kind of stuff out when you're talking to guys about game, because if you tell them about this kind of stuff, you have to eventually start telling them that the game is going to fail you at certain levels, and you got to do this to attain certain other levels. And I understand why he can't say that stuff. But I'm gonna go on with the show.
That's what it is. You see what I mean? And so, and also understand that on the flip side, you have a lot of women who they know they're not getting that type of guy. You understand what I'm saying? They know this. Women know the type of men that they can get easily. Women know the type of men.
No disagreements. There was no lies detected in that situation. In that statement he just made, women know what they can get. I agree with that. Now, do they try to stick to those rules? No. But they know what they can get.
Man, that's hard for them to really lock down and pin down. They know this. They're not stupid. Right? So what happens is that you have to understand that it's a show first. You know what I'm saying? It's all a show. It's all for entertainment first. So a lot of times you have to understand that it's for entertainment for the people watching, but understand for the people doing, the person that's doing the content, they're making money off of it. So they're in the business of saving hoes. You see what I'm saying? It's a business. So you guys have to understand that DJ Envy isn't getting at Kevin Samuels because he hates Kevin Samuels. He's getting at Kevin Samuels because it's business. You understand what I'm saying? It's a war on ideology to keep paper flowing in a certain direction. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing that a lot of people go at. Now, this is the even deeper thing about it. See, what happens is that the guy who's the panderer, right? always knows that he is bullshitting, right? The panderer knows he's bullshitting. So what happens is the only reason why you have a fear of someone else's ideology fucking with your ideology is if you know that your ideology is bullshit.
Now, I want to stop this right here because if most people ever watch this guy's show, they've seen that when somebody starts making certain good points to him, he cuts them off. And it's just funny that he mentions this right here because this is the way that I see you. It's the way that I see you. It's the way that I see this guy. If somebody's ideology doesn't line up with what he says, he cuts them off. He starts making jokes. Because what they're doing is threatening his bullshit ideology. You see what I'm saying? If you can't field certain questions, and I've said it certain times in other videos, and there's got people asking me to call. I'm not calling in this guy's show because he's gonna cut me off because I'm gonna be a threat to his ideology. He's not gonna be able to negate a lot of the stuff that I'm saying, and he's gonna start playing. So I'm gonna let him keep talking because he's really talking against himself right now. He's doing it right now. If most people watch his show, he's really just telling on himself. But he's got a lot of guys that don't see that.
You know you're standing on bullshit because when you stand on what you believe in and you actually are about what you say you are about, you don't give a fuck about what nobody else is saying.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when you realize that what you're saying is bullshit, right? There's always a fear that you're going to be found out. There's a fear that you're going to be exposed. You're going to be exposed for the fraud tent creator you are. You understand what I'm saying? So like, look at like someone like Derek Jackson. Derek Jackson got exposed. You understand what I'm saying? Which right now seems like he took a hit. I haven't heard nothing about this nigga for a minute. But that shit, you know, it put a little dent in his situation because he was frauded, because he wasn't really about what he's saying. He was just pandering. You see what I mean? And so the panderers are always going to have an issue with the real shit. Just like when dudes is talking about just wait for choosing signals. That's pandering to you. You know why? Because y'all niggas is scared to approach women. So of course I'm gonna tell you to wait for choosing signals, right? To make you
See, that's what I'm saying. He tried to tell you that being able to get choosing, you're not waiting for this. This is something that you have to be able to get from women. You're not waiting for this. When it's just why I'm making my videos, because you're not waiting for this. This is about you building yourself up to a certain point of life so that when you walk out in the public, women pick up on shit like real bad, and this guy doesn't understand that. That's why he keeps telling you that these guys that are saying the thing about getting the choosing signals are afraid to talk to women. No, I just told you a minute ago, I think you should be able to do both of them. There's nothing wrong with being able to go talk to women, but you should be able to get choosing signals too. By a certain level in life, you should be, and I'm telling you the truth, especially in your 20s. You can't get choosing signals in your 20s. You ugly and you broke. That's just what that is. He can't tell you that. I can, because I'm not pandering to no side of either of this junk. I think you should be able to do both. If you can't get choosing signals, I think you a jacked up dude. You got nothing in your life that's attracted to another person at all. And you need to fix that. That's what I think. And I think if you fix that, you'll be able to do both of them. But he's waging this little war that he's talking about. He's waging it right now his own self. He's doing it himself by telling you that one end of something is wrong, but his end is the right one. He's doing it. See, and that's what I'm calling out about this. This guy's doing the same exact junk. These guys coming on my channel telling me this junk. Now I'm sitting here watching him do it right in front of and I'm explaining it why he's doing it. He's doing the same thing. He's telling you one end is wrong and his end is right. I didn't tell you which either one of them was right. I told you should be able to do both. But I'm just calling that one out. Maybe everybody didn't see it.
You feel good, right? To pander to you, right? You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. So it's about pandering to the audience to get the audience to see you so you can make more money and you keep the show going. This is what you guys understand. But I've been talking with Miles. What's your thoughts on all this shit,
man? Nah, I mean, look, it's a beautiful thing all the way around. I think, you know what I'm saying, because let's be clear, the more Kevin Samuels and Umar Johnsons and even guys like DJ Envy, the more that they share their opinions on the market, the better it is for the market.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, and because it all goes back to the bottom line. Because like you said, it's dudes that just started YouTube channels last week, and all they've done is make reaction videos to Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? All they've done is made reaction videos to the quote unquote beef between Umar Johnson and Kevin Samuels. Look at Afion Crockett. Niggas ain't heard nothing from Afion Crockett in how many years? This nigga's on here spoofing the whole Kevin Samuels thing, getting views, getting clicks, and getting back popular. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, we're not dissing nobody. We're not coming at nobody. And like I said, at the very least, we're just analyzing the situation.
Right.
And but the thing is, we also understand that from a business standpoint, it puts more eyes on the market. Period.
Right.
You understand? Whether you're a panderer, whether you're you just talking about simple game, whether you're trying to keep it real, whether you're honest, whether you're about what you say you're about, or anything. The fact of the matter is, it all brings more eyes into the market. You understand? So if somebody can catch a viral video from a Kevin Samuels, but they might actually search something else, or maybe the next video in the queue is actually a Mr. Locario video, or a Steve the Dean video, or a O'Shea Duke Jackson video. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even Kevin Jackson actually shouted out O'Shea Duke Jackson on the Joe Budden podcast. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that gives us all light to a certain extent. So I think overall it's a beautiful thing, and it all leads back to business. You understand? It all leads back to business, because the thing is, here's the thing with people. For the most part, people want to be entertained, and most people don't really want to fix their problems.
Exactly. That's facts.
You understand? And that's the thing about it. Like, you have to like choose your fight. I feel like we're in the fight to actually help dudes fix shit. You understand? Like we're trying to give practical information on how you can, improve your skills with women, improve your confidence, improve your perception of yourself and masculinity and all of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I would imagine that we're a little bit less entertaining than the other guys. You understand? Because when we talk about shit, like, it's actual work that has to be done.
Okay. It's not that they're less entertaining. It's just that what they're saying is not anything new, and it's the same thing the other guys are gonna tell you, and then the whole thing of it is this right here too. Okay, like they're talking about like how Kevin Samuels and all the other people, right? They do have a different aspect to it. That's an entertainment thing, because you don't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not trying to fix that problem. I agree with them on that thing right there. A lot of people are looking at this stuff as far as entertainment. Like I just said a minute ago, I learned this stuff from watching Kevin Samuels, but I didn't watch it as far as entertainment. I watched it for a certain reason. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for that group of people that's not watching for entertainment, that's looking for, like, because I'm not looking for making a whole bunch of money, all that other good stuff. I mean, I make some money off this, I make some money off of it, but I'm really more into this for, like, hey, it's a self-help thing, and it's something I can leave out there for everybody else. So when I'm dead and gone, it was still self-help. That's how I do my type of thing. But no, I don't think that it just because they're less entertaining. They're entertaining to the people that watch them. Because I've seen several of the shows, but it's like I say, they'll start getting into a conversation with somebody that could be that could be a good conversation. You say anything outside their ideology, they start shutting that junk down. And like I said, it's funny that he mentions it, but I'm gonna go ahead and let him go.
Like, is damn near similar to having to go to the gym to work out.
Mm-hmm.
You understand how many motherfuckers is actually consistently going to the gym and trying to eat right? Not
Right.
many. A lot of everybody wants to do it. You understand? Everybody's like, yeah, man, I wish I could have a physique like Michael B. Jordan. But who's really putting in the work to do that? Only a handful of niggas is actually putting in the work to do that.
Right.
You understand? So that gives way to the market for niggas like us, where it's like it's guys who really want to make a change and do something, who guys will gravitate to. But I have to respect the fact that that guy or that handful of dudes can possibly end up finding us through a Kevin Samuels or Dr. Umar Johnson or a DJ Envy or even a fucking Derek Jackson viral video.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like it's they say even bad publicity is still good bad or good publicity is still publicity, and therefore it's still good.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like it's it's we're all on different sides of the coin, but I feel like the more we can affect the public, whether they're actually trying to make a change or whether it's just a bitch trying to get on Kevin Samuels live so she could get her 15 seconds of fame.
Right.
It's like, to me, it's all good. You understand what I'm saying? To me, it's all good. I feel like bring it all in. Bring it all in, because you see the thing is too is that a lot of times
Now, see, I don't know if they understand, but they're explaining to some people that even them making content and what they're saying is not the real. They're doing it for money. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, I don't know. I could be wrong. But you can judge that. And it sounds to me that they're very happy with the fact of being able to get all this publicity, even if it's bad publicity or whatever, because it's going to bring in money. So you're saying you're helping people, trying to help people, but are you really helping people, or are you trying to make money? I mean, yeah, you got to kind of look at that. So, but I'm going to let it keep going, but that's what it sounds like to me.
Society is like a rubber band.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can, like, this all started with niggas like Mystery, on MTV, and then they put the clips from MTV onto YouTube. You understand? And then niggas started actually coming out with more shit about dealing with women. And then they started coming up with those videos like, oh, let me tell you the one phrase that you can say that will make any woman want you and make your ex-girlfriend take you back and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So all of that bullshit, and then, choosing signals, and then, this, and all of that shit is like pulling a rubber band.
Mm-hmm.
And you're pulling it, and then you got, you guys like Umar Johnson, Black Mother Queen of the Earth, and even to a lesser extent, Brother Polite talking about the black woman is my God and all of this. You understand what I'm saying? Niggas is pulling the rubber band in one direction, but what happens to a rubber band?
It's gonna snap.
You understand? Exactly. At some point, it's gonna snap.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, it's gonna snap. And a big catalyst to all of this was the pandemic.
Right.
You understand? The pandemic was a huge critical moment where it was like, oh shit, like, entertainment is cool, but I might want to actually improve myself.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So instead of listening to a Derek Jackson, let me check this Kevin Samuels guy out, because he's actually giving some like actual facts. Like, he's talking about the fact that only a certain percentage of men make $100,000 a year, but all women.
Okay, this guy's about halfway. He's right here, halfway to me. This is my personal opinion of it. Okay, I also agree with him about this pandemic thing, right? But I don't think that that's what caused it. What I think happened is that during the pandemic, women lost their jobs and a lot of people lost their money. And kind of like Kevin Samuels was saying, when winter came, they needed to find somewhere to go. So women started calling Kevin Samuels because they didn't know how to get to this next level. They didn't know how to get this certain kind of man. They didn't know what they was doing. So they went to a man in their time of need, which is what women is always going to do. That's what I think happened with that. if you look at it, that's kind of what was going on because you had broke chicks trying to get a doggone millionaire, and the people was like, that's why everybody was like, whoa, and that's why it was that way. So once again, they're being the kind of extreme. They're looking at other stuff, and it's like, no, this right here is probably the reason why that happened. Women got broke. Everybody got broke for a long time in there. If you didn't have some money already, you using words. People was losing houses and losing their cars, losing all type of jobs. Women got a reality check about the civilization that they live in during the pandemic. That's why Kevin Samuels became famous, because then they wanted help, so they was calling a man. That's the last time I'm gonna say that. Well, it's not the last time I'm gonna say it, but I'm gonna quit beating that one. Let's keep going. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it through at least about an hour with this.
The want is the man who makes $100,000 a year.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And then he's asking actual practical questions. Now, even though these chicks don't agree with this shit, they see a lot of people coming in. You understand? The rubber band snapped and people are coming in. So now, whether they actually truly want to work on themselves to get a high value man, or they're just trying to get some attention or 15 minutes of fame, it all fucking works together. You understand what I'm saying? It all works together. So I'm just like, man, you know, I mean, I can have my opinion on a nigga like DJ Envy. You know, I know he's sensitive, he's afraid of his wife, you know, and shit like that. But it's all good because honestly, how long is it going to take for them to put Kevin Samuels on the Breakfast Club any fucking way?
Right.
You understand? He should have been on the fucking Breakfast Club. You understand? Because it actually took the average listener to call in and talk about Kevin Samuels for DJ Envy to say his name. Because don't get it twisted, Charlamagne, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy, they all know Kevin Samuel exists. They're not going to just talk about him like that and give him light just like that. It took a caller to call in to do that. You understand? But what I'm saying is, everything needs light. Not because look how many fucking times they had Dr. Umar Johnson on the Breakfast Club. He's done like 3 fucking interviews now so far, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
But where's the Kevin Samuels interview? You understand what I'm saying? And the only way you could talk about him is if a caller calls in and then you're gonna call him lame and talk a bunch of shit about him being at the Hermes store and all of this and all of that. Nah, bring that nigga on the show.
Right.
Let's see that. Bring him on the show and give him a chance to balance out the bullshit.
But see, that's the thing though, and this is what you guys understand is that, see, you have to understand how powerful ideas are. You know what I'm saying? And so what happens is that, see, and it's another thing. What also helped Kevin too was that because Kevin was his image, him being well dressed and him saying what he said, right? That made more people take him seriously just based off of that. More women take him seriously based off of that, right? That helped also. It was everything all together. So now what happens is that when he's saying the things that he's saying, there is a portion of women and also simps who don't like what he's saying because he might be saying some shit that's real raw and real that actually applies, but nobody wants to talk about that because remember, you have to understand is that most of the mainstream and most of the shit that's being put out there is to pander. You understand? It's about pandering to women because women are the ones who spend the most money.
Right, the consumers. Yep.
If women are the
hey, I'm gonna agree with this dude right here because I'm a salesman. I sell hair, all kinds of shit, and I do that because women are the best doggone customers. Okay, if she don't got the money, her boyfriend or her side dude got it. So yeah.
Consumers, you want to keep the women happy. You understand what I'm saying? And if you keep the women happy, that keeps the money flowing in. Now, if you have somebody breaking through the matrix and saying all this stuff and it's getting popular, because notice, nobody was really saying any of this stuff until it got popular. You understand? Like nobody was talking about the idea of what Kevin Samuels is stating until Kevin Samuels got popular to bring the idea up there into where it's at now.
Yeah.
So now that the idea is floating around there, right? This is where a lot of the pushback is coming from, because people do not want to have to deal with the idea of what he's saying. You see what I'm saying? Now, again, I don't agree with everything Kevin Samuel says, but there's a lot that he says that's real and that pertains to actual situations between men and women about how certain men who are at a certain level are going to look at certain women a certain way. And then how women have a certain ideology of, damn, well, I want to get a certain type of guy, but he's like, well, listen, if you want this certain type of guy, you got to be this certain type of woman. That's some real shit, right? But understand that there's more money, or I don't say more money, but there was always money being made with the illusion. This is why Derek Jackson was able to flourish so much over the years. You see what I'm saying? Because that's more attractive. See, accountability, right, is something that is not really attractive to the consumer. You understand? Nobody wants to have to take accountability and take action and take responsibility. What people want is people want to be able to feel good about the situation they're in.
Okay, now let me stop him right here. All right. He's only looking at one group of people. Okay. You do have groups of people who want to take accountability. This is why I say a lot of times that you're trying to diss people that do attraction, but when really both of them can be done. Game and attraction. Approach and attraction can both be done. You see what I'm saying? This situation right here that he's talking about right now is kind of one of the things that I disagree on him. I think he looks at shit like a little bit too extreme to certain sides. So I'm gonna listen to a little bit more of what he's saying, but I don't agree with his point for a couple of reasons. But I want to see if he's going to negate any of the reasons before I speak some more.
Exactly.
And so now what happens is that some of the stuff that Kevin Samuels might be saying, you understand, is things that might not necessarily make you feel good. You see what I mean? And so the women are like is pushing back on that. And so guys like DJ Envy and even Dr. Umar Johnson, because Dr. Umar Johnson was saying, I think he was talking about Kevin Samuels and, these guys out here that are bashing the black woman and all this other stuff.
Yes, beta male YouTubians.
Yes. So, it's when you're saying stuff that's critical, it's bashing now. And that's because that's a smoke screen to be able to not have to deal with the actual issue or the truth of the matter. You see what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter is, if you want this type of guy, you might have to, you understand, be this type of woman. It's vice versa. I tell you guys all the time, if you want a type of woman, you got to be this type of guy, right? But nobody wants to take accountability. Nobody wants to take responsibility. You see what I'm saying? But people are attracted to things like this. Like, for example, look how much fucking views we got right now.
Exactly.
Look how much views we got right now.
We never broke 500 like this.
Exactly. How is it now we're breaking 500 views? Do you see our point, people? You see our fucking points? You see what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is going on here? So you're trying to tell me 500 some people couldn't have tuned in last week? You see?
Okay. Let me go ahead and comment. Okay, he dropped some good business knowledge here. I agree with him on that point. You know what I'm saying? On the business stuff he's talking about, it surrounds everything. Okay. But he's right that you have a group of people that don't want to accept accountability. Okay? He's right about that. My thing is this right here. Okay? I'm not talking to that group at all. To me, if you are too far on the attraction side of things, you are extreme. If you are too far on the approach side of things, you are extreme. If you cannot come to a medium, because that's what most guys really want, okay? If you cannot come to a medium Like he's saying, if you want this type of girl, you got to be this, you got that, but you got to know this about different levels of things. Stuff like that. I agree with that point right there. But what I'm saying this right here, if you cannot come to a medium where you are making both of these things happen, you fucking suck. And I can say that because I'm not looking to pander to anybody to tell them that your game is going to get you out of sucking. No. If you can't get attraction, you probably suck. If you can't do game, you probably suck. If you can't do both, you definitely suck. You got to be good at one or the other. Now, I'm just saying it's better to be better at both. And that's not hard because you can take all these principles that these people are talking about and do this stuff and you'll become good at both of them. And that's what I'm going to be talking about on my channel.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm glad you guys are here, but that's the point we're trying to make. You see what I mean? It's that people are attracted to the stuff that the drama. People are attracted to these different things. See, again, the big draw is people like to hear things and view things that validate how they feel. They don't necessarily care about viewing things or seeing things that's going to teach them how to be better. See, because the internet, it gives you a safe space.
Okay, and I can agree with him that exists, that people are more interested in that. But what the thing I'm trying to figure out right now is, are you making this particular content for the educational purpose of putting that out or to talk about the business of saving hoes? I guess you're saying use as clickbait. Maybe that's what you're saying. And you're talking about something else. At this point, I don't even really understand I know what he's talking about. I don't know what his subject is. I know what his subject is, but it's like, okay, well, why? Why is this even a point? Because the people are only interested in being entertained and they're not interested in being educated. Why make this video? Because it's got a lot of educational type stuff in it. He is teaching some stuff. But
space to pretend you're going to do better, but you don't actually have to do better. You see what I'm saying? So you can just keep pretending. I'm telling you, this is how Derek Jackson was able to keep it going and blowing up and all this stuff, because he kept pandering to women and he just made them feel better every day. Just feel better, feel better, feel better. Right? Now, Kevin Samuels on this side, what he's doing is he's also, as he's talking to women, I was saying earlier, he's simultaneously making men feel better about their situation. You understand what I'm saying? Because trust and believe, men are watching these videos that Kevin Samuels does. They're getting excited seeing Kevin Samuels talk shit to certain women, right? Because when they see them talk shit, that lady he's talking to is the same lady that played the guy that's watching the video. He's like, yeah, that's that girl I was fucking with. That girl I was fucking with last week, she was just like that hoe. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I agree that some people are watching that show for that reason. Like I stated earlier, it's the wrong reason to be watching this show, though. But like once again, he's only talking about one group of people.
Like, oh, she was
these niggas is they're living vicariously through Kevin Samuels.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what happens, is that people got to understand that it's a show. It's entertainment first. You understand what I'm saying? Like the actual, it's people relieving stress. It's relieving tension and anxiety through watching this stuff. It's therapeutic to people. You understand what I'm saying? It's therapeutic. And look, it helps everybody out. The content creator gets the views. Like, look how much fucking views we got right now, right? Fucking the women get their attention fixed, so they got a bunch of people watching them on the videos and the phone calls. That they get their attention. The men get to fucking revel in the bitching and moaning. Like, yeah, fuck that hoe. I hate when these bitches is like that. Yeah, get them. You understand what I'm saying?
And just to let y'all know, this stuff that he's talking about, I find that shameful. I mean, like, if he's talking shame on these type of guys, I totally agree with him on that point now. But yeah, if you can't tell the broad yourself, you gotta watch Kevin Samuels for that. You probably got issues. I can agree with him on that one. I don't see where that's helping anybody to be put that type of information out, because some people should already know that. But and this is why I say I can't really stomach the show. It's a bunch of information that you shouldn't need. You don't need. Some of it's good, but it's a bunch of filler.
Say everybody's winning. Even DJ Envy is winning. Dr. Umar Johnson is winning. Shout out to my dude Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor is winning because he's making all these videos about it. Everybody's eating off the fucking plate. You understand what I'm saying? So, but understand, you guys have to understand that it's entertainment first. Now, if you actually want real results, though, that's a whole nother story. You understand what I'm saying? That's a whole nother story. Meaning, if you actually want results, meaning any of these women who actually want results, they got to actually put in work. Any of you guys who wants results, as far as the game is concerned, y'all got to put in work. The entertainment's not going to help you. The entertainment's just, trust me, I watch the entertainment too. I'm sitting there with the popcorn and eating it.
I totally agree with them. That's what I just got done saying. No, the filler is entertainment. The extra shit. That's what, and I agree with him on that. But it's like it's a bunch of that shit right here. So it's like, come on.
Like, oh, this is funny. This is cute. I get it, guys. I understand. But understand that it's entertainment first. Understand it is the business of saving hoes. You understand what I'm saying? It's a business first. Always remember that. So always understand that, the whole thing with like Umar Johnson and DJ Envy ain't got no real beef with Kevin Samuels.
Right.
Kevin Samuels ain't got no real beef with Umar Johnson. You understand what I'm saying? What they understand is, at the end of the day, even if they don't even like each other, they understand at the end of the day, it's still business. Let me tell you guys something. There's people on YouTube that's talk shit about me and Miles, right? And I've had people who joined the membership and bought programs who said, yo, I was watching this other guy who was talking shit about you, and then I went to your channel, watched your video, and then joined the membership.
Exactly.
It's all connected.
Exactly.
It's all connected. So all of this stuff is helping everybody else. This is what I'm just trying to break down the game so y'all understand this. This is when they say bad publicity is still good publicity or whatever it is. It's
Exactly.
Now watch this, guys. See, like some of the guys been coming on my channel talking about what I'm saying about this dude, this or that. But me and him have the same opinion right here. Because he don't care what I'm saying about him, and I wouldn't care what he was saying about me. If I was to talk to the guy, we would have different opinions, definitely. Maybe we would not, just on some degrees. But the thing of it is like, I'm not making a video to like try to down this guy to talk shit about him. It's kind of the same thing he's talking about right now. It's just really a general critique. Some people and I tell you to go look at this junk. It might help you, it might not. But I can tell you one thing about game in general. It's not going to get you past certain levels. Self-improvement, I don't think they can get you past that. So let them go.
It's like when people are saying your names, when a person is talking about you, that's giving you more light. Even
Exactly.
Listen, let me tell you guys something. You know when you guys like a girl and you know that girl you like some other nigga? And then you try to talk shit about the nigga she like because you want to talk shit about him so she don't like him. Guess what you're doing? You're making her like him more by talking about that nigga. You're promoting him. You see what I'm saying? It'd be best if you shut the fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? But see, that's why. This is why me and Miles.
See, this is good information. But the thing of it is like, I don't understand why you be giving this information to people who are not doing business. Now, if this was a business call, that I would be all over this. It's supposed to be like relationship related type stuff. But I would be all over this if it was a business call because it's good business information. It is. But it doesn't have anything to do with the subject that he's talking about or some of the things he's talked about. So that's why I say I can't really stomach the videos, because there'll be a subject, he'll get off the subject, or he'll get extreme about the subject, and then you can't get back to the subject. He explained the business of saving hoes. I mean, I get you. You're explaining that, but you're explaining that to me for what? I don't think anybody that's not doing their own personal YouTube channel they're not in the business of saving hoes. So, okay. Let's see what else goes on. Maybe we get some more topics.
Don't be really saying niggas' names when you don't like them. If I don't like you, I'm never saying your name. I'm never really saying your name like that, because that would be me helping you. You see what I'm saying? If I say your name, I like you. You understand? Because I'm helping you by saying your name. You see what I mean? And so you gotta understand. You gotta understand how the game is. You see what I mean? Listen, wait. How many likes we got? This is ridiculous. We got 611.
Like I said again, this is good business information. Actually, if you pick up the book, The 48 Laws of Power, he's talking about one of the 48 Laws of Power right now. It's like not talking about your enemies because it gives them power. This is good business information. I don't see where it has anything to do with a person who's not doing his business, but it's good business information.
11 people watching right now. Shout out to everybody watching.
Shout out to everybody watching. Yo, nigga, play the trailer right now. Play the fucking trailer right now.
Everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See.
Okay. So look, this is what I'm gonna do. Let me just go ahead and stop this, because obviously this is just a big commercial. Okay. And this is why I can't stomach most of his videos. I try to find a long one, but as you can see, it was talking about a subject and then it went to a bunch of filler. And this is why I don't watch the long ones. They'll be saying some good stuff and everything, but it's just gonna turn to making a commercial. So these guys are doing this for money, and that's cool. I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it to actually try to help people. So that's what my channel is about. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. I knew we were gonna make it. We weren't gonna make it past 30, 40 minutes of that video. So, look, for the people that was on my channel saying I was just smack talking this guy, nothing, I'm showing you now why I can't stomach his long videos. I just showed you. So, you take it for what it is. But, dude got off the subject, just talking a bunch of stuff. You know, I gave my opinions about what he was saying, and it's another critique of him. I mean, like, I ain't even gonna watch the rest of that video because it's gonna be a bunch of commercials. You can go check him out. You already know about him, so that's cool. It was a lot of good business information, but as far as relationship stuff and what he was explaining, didn't agree with a lot of it. A bunch of it was extreme. So I'm out of here. It's been Taurus down to go hard to go home. Look at my button because I'm high as hell. Had to get that way to even watch that much of it because it's mostly filler. And it's mostly them just pandering to try to make money. So, I mean, it's going to help some guys, yeah. But not to the degree they think they're going to help. Because when somebody's trying to get money out for you, they're always going to just tell you what you want to hear. He explained that in that video itself. And he's right about that. Definitely is. Y'all take it easy. It's been Taurus down to go hard, go home. I'm out of this piece again. Y'all enjoy the video. I'll holler at y'all later. I'm out.